Ahoy, mateys. Welcome back to another Captain Patriot video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. I thought today would be a great opportunity to look at this video titled, I Wish I Was a Girl Sometime, and hopefully dissect it a little bit, kind of get an idea of exactly what this individual is talking about, kind of try and understand what are the problems this person is facing, try and get a better grasp of the situation we're in as, I guess, as a whole society, but really as this person specifically, and see if there's any advice I could possibly, hopefully offer. So, without further ado, let's set sail.
You know what? It ain't fucking fair. It ain't fair. You know, I should have been a girl the second I was fucking born. I should have been a fucking shit. I should have been a girl, man. This ain't a transgender video, by the way, where I'm coming out as a fucking girl. No. Look, I'm simply stating that I'm going from veteran difficulty all the way down to recruit difficulty because I think my life would be much easier as a woman. And not to get, fucking into the nitty-gritty or the issues of what it's actually like to be a girl. Oh, you can't just say that and expect your life to be easier. Do you know the struggles women go through? Damn, I don't give a fuck, bro. If I was a cute fucking girl, I would be on goddamn cloud 9 by now. I mean, I've seen like fucking YouTube channels where it's just like a girl and it's like some 2009-esque YouTube or whatever the fuck, and they're yapping and they got a bunch of subs. Why? Because they're a fucking cute girl. And I'm like, damn.
Okay. All right, so I didn't expect this kind of video, but I think this is going to be a good video to make just because I think the topic is relevant, especially in today's society where I think a lot of young men, specifically around his age range, probably feel very disenfranchised by the world they live in. And unfortunately, the truth is, there is some truth to what he is saying. However, I think it's a lot more nuanced than how he's portraying it. So maybe he understands that nuance, maybe he doesn't. But either way, I thought I would take the chance in this video to kind of try and dive a little bit deeper into why so many guys, specifically young men, feel so disenfranchised by the world, society, dating as a whole. And I think that a lot of men have gone kind of like the pill method, right? So red pill, black pill, blue pill, whatever it is, right? I think we're seeing this shift of men moving away from dating and relationships because it's a lot harder to find women today than it has been before if you're a man who looks like this, right? If you're an individual who might not be the most physically attractive, or if you're someone who might not have tons of money or nice cars or a great job or whatever it might be. And so, all you see on social media nowadays as a young man growing up is people like Andrew Tate who have all these fancy cars and bling and women. And it's like, it's very easy to get, to feel like in order to have a relationship, you have to be like one of these other men. And so I kind of want to watch this video, kind of add my thoughts to it. And so I'm obviously coming at this from a very biased perspective, which is, my bias is logic and reason. So yeah, without further ado, let's really dive deep into this video.
If that was me, shit, I'd be drowning in new subscribers, I guess. But I mean, I don't really give a shit about how many subscribers I have, to be honest. All that is.
Speaking of, you should subscribe. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button to join the crew. Please do it now. Please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. And like the video. Thank you.
Just reminds me how easy it is to get views as a chick. And it just ain't fair. It really just isn't fair. So if I was a cute fucking girl, man, shit, I'd be a lesbian, actually. I'd be a fucking lesbian, to be real with you. I mean, yeah, no, I'd be a lesbian, like, straight up. I'd be fucking, no, actually, well, that'd be straight. Oh, if I become a trans, nah, I don't.
Oh, he's considering it. He's considering it. Okay, all right, carry on.
You really should get estrogen. I'm kidding, I have no interest in getting fucking estrogen or doing all that shit. I'm fine being a guy, I just think my life would be, let's say, 50 times easier if I was a girl, right? Because there's this thing, I don't know if you guys heard of it, it's called the bad bitch pass, and the bad bitch.
Okay, so I want to pause right here just real quick, because I think when he says his life would be 50 times easier if he was a girl, that doesn't really paint a very clear picture of what he means, because you have to understand that both men and women have different struggles. And it depends on what context. If you're speaking from a guy's experience, obviously your life would be easier as a girl because you wouldn't have to deal with any of the problems that guys deal with. But the same is true for women as well. Like if a woman says, hey, it'd be easier if I was a guy, I mean, that's also true because she wouldn't have to deal with any of women's problems. So it's all about perspective, and it's about where you currently are It's like the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, right? It's that exact concept being played out in real time for a lot of people today. Unfortunately, that's the truth. And it's like, if he's thinking in his mind, he's like, oh man, if I was a girl, it'd be so easy to get laid. It's like, well, yeah, true, but it'd be so much harder for you to find like a long-term partner or a long-term committed relationship, right? Like these are different struggles, and they're not exactly one-to-one relationships.
Is a completely real thing. You could be a complete fucking loser with no dreams, no hopes, no aspirations, absolutely nothing going for you. That's actually my life right now. But what I'm trying to say is, you could have absolutely nothing redeemable about you. But if you're a cute fucking girl, people will fucking write that off because of the way you look. You know,
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the point here too is that he's specifying cute girl, right? Is that true? Would he say that's true for an ugly woman? like if you're butt ugly, like does that same rule apply? Because I think we can all pretty much agree on pretty privilege being a real thing, right? Like being able to get into a club, right? They're not going to let whales into the club necessarily, and they're not going to let dudes into the club unless they have a bunch of hot chicks along with him, right? So it's like you have to look at it from the perspective of it's not just being a girl. Like if you're malformed, like if you're a deformed individual looking like me, just kidding. If you're like deformed, right? If you're a deformed individual, the odds of you getting into a club are probably pretty slim. Like realistically, guys are not going to go after you to try and hook up with you. You know, so I think that in this context, what we're talking about is physical appearance and physical attraction, not necessarily being a girl or being a guy, right? Like that's not necessarily what we're talking about here. So it's, you know, this is where I said earlier in the video, I'm like, well, nuance is important, right? And you can't just leave out the nuance because it's convenient for your argument. You have to be nuanced regardless because it's important to understand the issue holistically and not just like, oh, this is how I feel, and so therefore I'm right.
There was this one chick where she killed her boyfriend, and people just started fawning over her because she was hot. Like, man.
Yeah, I mean, did you not watch the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix documentary? Hot man. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I would let him impregnate me, right? Like all the comments on Twitter and Instagram, everyone talking about that show. Completely, and let's not forget that serial killers, it's a known fact that women have been extremely attracted to serial killers for quite a while. Or I guess you know, in the context of like a guy gets found out to be a serial killer and then he's getting sent love letters while he's in prison, right? So this is not like abnormal, right? And it's like, this is a very interesting fact about human psychology as well that's, you know, not completely understood. But like part of it leans into, oh, well, he's dangerous, right? And so therefore he's capable of protecting me. And so women will fawn after the man who is a danger or a threat, which is really interesting psychology there. And then same thing here for, right? Like you're willing to forgive people if they're attractive. And it's the same thing true in like your professional life as well. If you're more attractive, there is a higher likelihood of you getting a raise or a pay bump or the job. People who are more physically attractive tend to get more in life. And that's just because they are more physically attractive. And that's just how it is. And it's like, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it is what it is. And it's like, this is true on both sides. This isn't just like only cute girls get attention and only cute girls get this and that and special privilege. It's no, if you're just an attractive person in general, you get special privilege. And so what can you do to make yourself more physically attractive? Well, you can take better care of your hair. You can get better framed glasses that fit your face better. You can exercise, you can eat healthy. And, you know, I think there's a number of your style matters as well. So how well you maintain your style and your fashion. All these things matter to people who care about their appearance. And you can see that by how someone dresses and how well they take care of themselves, right? Like if you're like someone like me, I'm like, it's kind of like, I'll dress up when I need to, if the situation or if the, whatever it might be calls for me to dress up. Absolutely. I enjoy it. It's fun. I like wearing sweatpants though. I don't really like that's me personally. And like, I don't put too much value or stock on my appearance, especially when it comes to situations where I don't need to, right? There are those people who will go out of their way to get dressed up for pretty much any time they leave the house. I'm not one of those people, but if you are, good for you, right? And like you value your appearance. And the reason you see women do that far more often is because men value women's appearances. For women, it's important, but it's not as important as other attributes like height, stability, longevity of relationship. So what's the likelihood of you cheating? Obviously career is important, things like that, right? So those are kind of it's like apples to oranges a little bit here, but I think we can all but I think we can all agree that it is just, how attractive you are does influence how much special privilege you get in the world.
Maybe it's the law of attraction, or maybe it isn't to do with being a chick, but it probably has also something to do with being a chick. I mean, all I'm fucking saying is that if it was a chick, man, if I was a chick, I'm a broken record. I sound like a broken fucking record. But, life would just be easier. I wouldn't have to deal with a bunch of shit in life.
No, see, I have to pause again because that's just not true, right? You don't deal with the same shit. You deal with different shit, right? And so your problems become different problems. It's not like your problems just go away. You just get a new set of problems. Okay. That's the reality of dating. And that's the reality of men versus women. It's how are you supposed to compare the two when both have different struggles? It's just it's not a one-to-one comparison.
I would just be doing cute girl shit. What do women even do? I don't know, do they shop? Do they go to malls? Nobody goes to malls anymore. It's 2024. Everybody just stays inside. I'm guessing they would go to malls though, right? I mean, they just go to malls, just do nothing at malls. Spend their allowance or paycheck or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Nobody goes to fucking malls anymore. What do women do?
Okay, so then the question is, are you working, or are you just assuming you're going to have a man paying for all that? Right? Because you have to understand, men expect something from you in return for that. If you're getting all of that, you're being treated that way, men do expect something in return. So you're going to have to put out and do something. You're going to have to cook, clean, whatever it might be, depending on what that guy wants, what the type of guy you're going after wants. So it's again, it's not like a one-to-one. It just becomes your struggles now become someone else's struggles, and their struggles become yours. So you have to be willing to embrace that if that's what you're looking for.
Do they post on their Instagram? I don't fucking know. I don't even use Instagram. I'm a ghost on social media pretty much because I fucking hate social media with a burning passion, but whatever. That's just my opinion, I guess. Doesn't fucking matter. Nothing fucking matters because my life's just fucking meaningless because everything is just fucking shit nowadays. Everything fucking blows ass and donkey dick straight out the goddamn mouth. Everything fucking.
So true, King. Actually true, though. Actually true. Yeah, but you know what? You have a responsibility to try and not make it that way. Okay, that's the truth. Okay, the reality is you should be doing everything you possibly can to improve your situation, and that's the best you can do because unfortunately you don't have control over the entire universe. Sorry to break it to you. And so what you could do for yourself is things you should do, right? You should be trying to help yourself. If you're feeling this way, if you're feeling like you're in this situation, and this is a message to pretty much any guy out there who is feeling disenfranchised by the world right now, is take some personal accountability, take some personal responsibility, and try and get your shit in order. Stop worrying about what other people think. Stop worrying about what other people do. Find yourself a good philosophy book, read it, work on yourself, practice good habits. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, especially nowadays. When no one else, if you genuinely think and if you genuinely feel like the world doesn't care about you, which spoiler alert, it doesn't, then you should be doing everything in your power to help yourself because you should realize no one else cares about you. So why would you not help yourself? I don't understand. Again, personal responsibility, personal accountability.
Fucking sucks. If I could do anything to make it even a margin, slightly, just a little bit, like a tad fucking bit easier, I'd fucking do it in a heartbeat. But that's not the way the world works. That's not the way life works, I guess. You don't get no magical fucking answer, no magical goddamn solution to it, no one-all be-all fix to the problem. No. You gotta suffer and sit through that fucking shit, whether you like it or not. And I guess I can't complain, right? I guess I can't complain about being fucking being a fucking loser, pretty much, because everybody's a fucking loser to some degree. Especially nowadays, everybody's a fucking loser doing some loser shit online. I don't know.
See, wrong. Meep, wrong. Not true. Have to disagree with you there, buddy. You are surrounding yourself with people who are like you. And so you're in an echo chamber. When you are online, you are in an echo chamber because the algorithm wants to keep you online as long as possible, because that's how the big social media companies make all of their money, is off of your time. It's not off of you personally, it's off your time. Your time is a product. You can invest that time into yourself, or you can invest it automatically into a social media company on their behalf. You are giving them your time. You are giving them what little resource you have, the only thing that is actually valuable to you, which is your time here on earth. You're giving that away. Like, that's crazy to me. That is wild. And if you're someone who doesn't like social media, get off social media. Limit how much you use YouTube. Limit how much you use social medias like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Okay? Read a book. Go outside and touch grass, literally. Like, literally go roll around in the grass. This is unfortunately, this is how a lot of men think, right? A lot of men think, that they're set up to fail and that they have no control over their life or their outcomes. They have no ability to change where they are in life, and they have no way to actually get themselves back on a good path. The truth is, you are a product of your environment, and if you are surrounding yourself with people who suck, you will become like your environment, like the people who suck that you have chosen to surround yourself with. So choose to surround yourself with people who are ambitious, have drive and goals. They want to obtain something bigger in life, that they're not thinking small, they're thinking big. Go for even if it seems ridiculous and silly and not cool, right? It's not cool. It's not cool to be like a tryhard, right? Like, oh, I don't want to be a tryhard. That's not cool. Don't be one of those people. Okay, those people are losers. Don't be a loser. Again, being a loser is a choice. So don't be a loser.
Don't you lose your shit. How much will a loser shit be? Fucking doing something. Jerking off in your bedroom. Listen, loser shit. I mean, everybody jerks off, honestly. Porn is everybody's dirty little secret. Everybody fucking does that shit. I'm not getting that.
That's true.
But I don't know. Listen to mommy ASMR.
That's a big problem. You know what? That is a huge problem. It is such a distraction from what you could be doing, and it affects everyone. And especially young men. Like, I can't remember the statistics, but it's bad. Like, and the fact that we have access now to cell phones at such an early age, like, it gets kids hooked on porn at such an early age that, I mean, their perception of what a romantic relationship should look like is totally warped, right? Like, I think back in the day, before the internet, before like cell phones, especially before cell phones, there was no quick and easy access like there is today back in the day when it came to pornography. And so when you're looking at kids nowadays and why they feel so like left out of dating and feel like they have nothing going for them, well, you've given them this extremely addictive drug at their fingertips, and that they have complete and total control over, and that there's no limitations on how much or how often or when and where they use it, right? Like, people have their cell phones on them all the time. And so, like, you're opening these doors to this immense problem that no one wants to talk about because it's like taboo to talk about. It's actually quite sad. It's actually really unfortunate because this is going to be a much bigger issue in like 10 to 15 years. It's only going to get worse.
I do that fucking shit. You know, it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel good. Is it pathetic and alone? No, absolutely, it's pathetic. Does it matter? No. Fuck no. I don't give a shit, man. I don't care. The only thing I'm gonna fucking do. The only goal I have in life really is get a wife, get a kid, get a house, make enough money to support everybody, so we all live a comfortable and not shitty life. But damn, I don't really think I'll get that when I think about it.
Damn. Yeah, that's really sad. And I know that he's not the only person who feels that way. I see it quite a bit on the internet, people feeling this type of way when it comes to relationships, finding someone you could actually marry and settle down with and have a kid with. And the way that, the dating game has changed has greatly influenced that, with dating moving primarily online as the number one way people are finding partners, even more so than in your workplace now, which is wild. It's become such an issue for young men, feeling like, there's all these different check boxes they have to tick in order to find a girlfriend, even, that why even try? What's the point of trying when, there are such requirements that it feels like it feels completely unattainable, you know, and it's unfortunate because even now, like what he said, you know, being able to buy a house is becoming less and less attainable for a lot of people in America, because you have to remember, housing costs are continually going up. Meanwhile, wages are not going up at the same rate. And so there's a disparity there that's growing every single day. And unfortunately, you know, he has a lot of valid points in this. I think it's interesting because this is a disenfranchised young man. And unfortunately, a lot of young men probably agree with what he's saying. This video only has like 300 or 500 views or something like that. So not a ton. But unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, I think he actually does bring up a lot of good points. He's obviously very upset and very negative about it, which is understandable. However, I just think, you know, like having these people don't want to have these conversations. No one wants to believe that men actually have problems, right? And that's another issue, is you end up feeling even more disenfranchised. You feel like no one actually cares about your struggles, but you're expected to care about their struggles. You're expected to care about the issues that women are facing. Meanwhile, women have no interest in caring about your issues, right? And I see this all the time. I see it on social media. I see it in TV shows. I see it on the news. I see it even in my own personal life, that women in general just don't really give a shit about men's problems. But women expect men to care about women's problems. And if men say they don't care about women's problems, that dude's definitely not getting laid. So it's, you know, it's just, it's a different time that we live in, you know?
Well, it really sucks actually now that I think about it. I really want that thing, but I don't think I'm gonna get that. Not anytime soon. When I think about it. Well, it really sucks actually now that I think about it. I really want that thing, but I don't think I'm gonna get that. Not anytime soon. Damn. Jesus Christ. Gay people love me a lot. I wish women loved me as much as men did. If I was a girl, I'd be a lesbian, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, God, you know, I hate my fucking face so much. My cheeks are too big, my lips are too fat, my jawline's practically non-existent. Nobody's sick.
Yeah, you know, it's very easy to be hypercritical of yourself, especially your looks. However, I think one of the things that, you know, men need to understand is that we used to be hunters. We used to be actual like predators. And I don't mean like the creepy type nowadays that women call men. I mean, we used to be like actual predators, where we would hunt and fish and run miles after mile after mile. And there's been a huge shift in what men do and what men value. And unfortunately, there are still men out there who I would consider to be hunters and predators. There are far too many men nowadays who are weaving baskets for the women. If you catch my drift. There's unfortunately too many men out there weaving baskets for women to go and gather, right? Like that was the structure of society since evolution, but technology has in a very short period of time changed that. I mean, if you think about how long the distance, right, in terms of time from the evolution of mankind to today versus the invention of electricity to today, very different in scope, right? And so you need to understand that like your biology and your makeup and who you were meant to be is not how we're living today. Who you were intended to be and what your body was designed to be and how it was meant to function is not being utilized in today's society because of technology. And so if you acknowledge and accept that and realize that, you can return to monkey. That's pretty much what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you're going to be surprised, but women want monkey. Okay, women still want monkey even in today's society. Even in today's society, women still want monkey. Okay, nothing has changed for women. They still want monkey, but there's not too many monkey to go around. Okay, it's just unfortunately, like you have a lot of men who are disenfranchised, and like porn becomes a substitute for hard work. Men become lazy. They start playing video games. They spend too much time on the internet. Not enough time socializing. Not enough time working hard for, achieving some sort of goal or being ambitious and trying to become better people. Instead, it becomes, a way to forget about all of their problems rather than face those problems head on. And this is why we have so many disenfranchised men. And this is why I said at the beginning of the video, in the beginning of the video, I literally said, it's about personal accountability and responsibility, right? So, you need to own up to that fact and also acknowledge that historically, men have never been in this position. Women have never been in this position before. Technology, especially like screens, especially when it comes to screens, have drastically changed our world that it is unrecognizable. And so I think there's an innate within us as humans, there is an innate, there's like an innate want to return to what it used to be, if that makes any sense.
Nobody's fixing this goddamn butterface.
You're not a butterface, man. You are not a butterface. Okay, all you have to do is get a haircut that fits your face style, get better framed glasses, and start exercising and eating healthy. I promise you, even the jawline that you complained about earlier will come into shape. Okay, like this is salvageable, right? You can even get your eyebrows done if you really wanted to. I can't see them all that clearly. They don't actually look that bad. Like you have options here, bro. Hell, if you really didn't like your nose that much, go get a nose job if it's that big of a deal for you. But like these are all things that you can fix, that you can change. Right? That you have control over this. Like you have the power. If you have the will, you need to understand that all it takes is willpower here, because you have the option to do that. It's just going to take some hard work and dedication. Like that's it.
Top half of my face is fine though. Anything above the nose is okay. It doesn't look too bored. Bottom half though, I guess God made that a joke on purpose. Or maybe I'm just pointing out too many of my insecurities on the internet. Doesn't matter. Not really. Not a lot of things matter. Well, some things do matter, but
family matters. You matter. How much you take care of yourself matters. How much you take care of other people matters. How much good you bring into the world matters. How much bad you bring into the world matters. It's important to acknowledge that there are actually things that do matter, because you have to understand that you're not going to be here forever. And do you really want to just waste your time here, complaining and being, extremely disheartened and disenfranchised your whole life? Like, how long are you going to go? Like, how much time are you spending right now? Because I guarantee you, you're not going to be like this in 30 years from now. You will change. And so the question becomes, well, how much time are you willing to invest into your sadness and your depression and your state of, perpetual moaning and groaning, when eventually in the future you won't be moaning and groaning anymore? Either you'll accept it. I mean, I guess if you don't, you'll just, I guess you could just, if you really wanted to, moan and groan your entire life until you die, you could. But why would you do that? Why not? Why would you do, like, what's the benefit of doing that? Why? Right? Like, at that point, there is no point. And life is meaningless if you're just going to spend the rest of your life moaning and groaning.
I guess I'm at a point now where I'm just kind of jaded by fucking everything. I haven't felt good in a long time. You know how to make me cry. Don't be mean to me. Don't insult me. Just be nice to me. Like really goddamn nice, to the point where I don't trust you because you're so nice, and you just keep berating me with compliments and telling me everything's gonna be alright while you hold me in your arms and soothe me. And eventually, when I do gain your trust, because I spent so long doubting you, I'll cry and I'll hug you back and not let go. When that happens, I'll just keep weeping until nothing but a sobbing mess, and you'll comfort me in your arms, and I'll have absolutely nothing to say. I'll just accept it for what it is. Got no way to come back. No comment. No nothing. Just acceptance. I accept the fact that you actually care for me, and you're not faking it I'm not gonna numb myself so I don't feel sad anymore. I'm just gonna accept that somebody out there actually does give a shit about me.
Hey, man, I actually give a shit about you. I actually do. I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. This is the only video. No, this is not the only video I watched of yours. I watched your Joker video earlier, but I actually do care about you. I think you are obviously worth me making this video about. So hopefully you see this video. But I don't think this is something you should give up on because, you know, if you look at anything in nature, nature is all about change, and you have to accept that, and you have to be part of nature. And I think that's why, you know, the term "go touch grass" is so prevalent, especially in today's society, is because we have moved so far away from our natural state as humans into a state of complete complexity that we can't possibly understand because we didn't evolve to understand this new world that we live in. And I know I'm going like full on, like, I don't know, conspiracy mode, whatever, but I do think that there is some intention behind it. I think there was an intention in getting everyone hooked on, you know, porn and social media. And I think it's beyond our understanding, right? Like technology and, you know, the way the world currently functions and how dating happens and how people have all these expectations. It's a vastly different world than what used to exist. And unfortunately, there is no solution for that problem. There is a solution for your problem, though. There is a solution for what your life is, what it looks like today, and what it looks like in 20 years from now. It's just going to take a little bit of hard work, dedication, and, you know, less social media for all of us. That's the reality, because the truth is you're going to find someone out there that agrees with you on this stuff, who is a girl, who is cute, right? Who might actually see you as who you are as a person. But to give up on yourself so early in life seems like a stupid fucking thing to do. That's what I think. But I don't know anything, man. I'm just a dude here living life too. You know, I don't have any like great wisdom to push out on you. I don't have any like phenomenal anecdotes I can provide. I don't know your specific situation. All I can say is that, like, you're definitely not alone. There are definitely a lot of people who feel this way, specifically men, specifically young men. But I think if you focus on yourself and you spend the time investing that time into yourself between now and, let's say, just 30 years old, roughly, you would probably be amazed at what you can achieve, and you would be amazed at how far you can go. And then you won't have to worry about finding or chasing after women. They will naturally come to you because you will have set yourself up for success. And I mean, if you're someone who's like a red pill, black pill person, the idea or the concept is women are going to be looking for the man who's already successful. So if that's what you actually do want in life, you're going to have to invest now so that when you're 30, you can have that. And I'm only offering that advice because I don't necessarily agree or disagree with it. That's just the philosophy behind like the red pill, black pill movement. Right. So if that's what you want in life, then you need to invest your time now so that you have the pick of the litter, so to speak, when you're older. And by pick of the litter, you could date someone who's younger than you. You don't have to date someone who's your same age. You could date someone who's older than you. You could do whatever you want. Right. Like the point is, if you don't invest the time into yourself now, you won't have that option later, and you'll only feel more left out of society. You will only feel more disenfranchised by the world. So if you're okay with feeling how you feel now, do nothing. Do what you've been doing. Change nothing. Keep going. But if you want something better for yourself, for your future, if you want the family, the kids, if you want the house, the cars, if you want to be able to take a vacation every year, that starts today. That is a today activity. That is not a I'll start in 5 years activity. I'll start after I get my degree. I'll start after I get my job. I'll start after it's none of that. I'll start after this weekend to take a break from drinking. Oh, I'll start after this weekend to start working out. Oh, I'll start on Monday. I'll start next week. It's like, there is none of that. You don't have that option. I mean, you have that option. It's just, it's a stupid choice.
That's just a fucking pipe dream, ain't it? Come on, make me feel something. Make me feel alive. Huh?
And I say that I love you.
Yes!
Okay. I love
What are you fucking talking about? That shit makes me feel alive. This shit feels great. Knock it out. Oh man, I'm indulging in my fucking fantasy.
I'll be taking that love away.
Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of, I mean, like, I get like the appeal of this, you know. Unfortunately, there is some truth behind why someone would want this. You know, guys, look, if you're struggling with stuff like this, the best advice I can actually give you is change your behavior, change your habits, change the things you're currently doing. Try new things, see what works, see what doesn't work. If there's always been a hobby you wanted to try, for me, for the longest time growing up, I wanted to learn how to sail. I didn't do it until after I graduated college. I didn't do it until after I graduated college, but once I did it, I just felt so much more alive. Like I felt so much more ambition and drive. Trying that one thing and learning a new skill it's even today still such a strange thing for me. You know, that such a small thing could have such a large impact on realizing what it is I actually want out of life. And I'm still figuring it out too, which is the cool part. It's like that changes day by day because I change every single day. So it's like, this is, you know, it's understandable. It is a little sad and pathetic, but I understand it, right? Like it's not abnormal. It's not, you know, there are literally professional cuddling services, right? Where you just hire someone and they come and they cuddle and that's all they do. There's nothing sexual about it. And so, you know, men are very clearly struggling right now. And, you know, it's not going to help if you are a man who doesn't have control over your emotions, like anger specifically, because men obviously struggle with anger. So if you're a man and you struggle with anger, you need to work on that. If you're a man and you struggle with your emotions in general, you need to work on that. And that doesn't necessarily mean therapy. If therapy is what you need, that's one thing. But there are other ways to deal with your anger that could be just as, if not more productive than therapy. Because oftentimes we get caught into the therapy loopback system, which is basically go to therapy, try therapy for a while, think we're getting better, and then recycle back into therapy because we found out that we regressed or that we failed, and then we go right back into therapy and it doesn't actually work, right? And then you get caught in this loop of paying for a system that doesn't actually help you. You know, therapy helps some people, but it's definitely not it's not a one size fits all. So therapy doesn't help everyone. That's the thing, right? Like some people just need to work hard. Some people just need therapy. Some people just need to get out of their environment and move somewhere else. There's a number of different things that you can do to try and help your situation, but doing nothing and continually doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So, or, well, you know what they say, whatever. That dude, quote, throw up the quote. There it goes. Boom, 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 quote. Okay. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction / ramble. I know this was more of a, I don't know, kickback laid ramble, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you feel like you can relate to this person or me. This is a problem that's been growing. It's definitely an issue in our society that's not being addressed. And so I feel like the more people who come at this from a rational standpoint, rather than the Andrew Tates and the, I don't know, Fresh and Fit podcasters who don't want to actually delve into some of the deeper issues or even have a calm, logical, rational, why can't there just be a calm, rational podcast without like the emotions flying? Why do we always have to be so angry when we talk about things like this? I mean, I guess, again, it's understandable, but it's unnecessary and it's not helpful. So anyways, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.